County line. You know where you're headed? Yes, you probably do. But you've had 5 years to think about it. Just take my advice. Stay clear of Rock Creek.
I did not ask your advice.
Afternoon.
It's only 9.
So you're only 3 hours late.
Well, I had some schooling I needed to finish.
Told me you were going to be doing your studying at night.
I was. The schooling's taken up a lot of my time.
So's that pretty little Johnson girl you were seeing last night.
Saw that, did you?
Son, most of the folks in this town think I was crazy, taking on a kid didn't know the first thing about responsibility. I thought maybe I'd prove them wrong. With your help.
I work hard.
Yeah, when you're here. But it isn't nearly enough. I got enough work here for the both of us. Only one of us seems to be doing it. Lad, there's nothing more important than getting an education. If it comes to you choosing between here and school, I'm going to boot you right straight out of here back to the schoolhouse. I'll hire somebody else.
You saying you'd let me go?
Most people would. But I've never been one to let other people make up my mind for me.
Thanks.
Now get back to work. And don't make a fool out of me.
What do you have?
14.
Very good, Cynthia. What about you, Charlie? 9. Absolutely right. What do you got, Jesse?
Full house.
Jesse, we're learning addition here, not poker.
Seems to me the two are related.
Jesse.
17. Aces over 7s.
I think that's enough for today, especially from you. Contrary to the belief of Mr. Jesse James here, arithmetic will serve you in other places besides a gambling hall. We'll continue practicing tomorrow.
Come on. Hey,
Miss Barrett, would you be so kind as to hand out those readers?
Sure. Yeah, I can't do that. I have chores. There you go. There you go. There you go. See you tomorrow. Oh, ran out of books.
See ya.
Did you forget something?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate you helping us load, Elroy.
Oh, heck. No business you express boys have thrown my way. I ought to be making deliveries.
Now, that's an idea.
Maybe Tompkins will oblige.
Uh-huh. He's always been real willing to do us favors.
Well, he did follow us all the way back from Sweetwater, didn't he?
Call that a favor?
We didn't forget him, did we?
Now we got everything on Rachel's list. Well, that's the last of it. You just put this on our account. Elroy?
Marshal!
What's got into him?
Marshal Hunter!
I really do appreciate you giving me the chance to help out at the school. Feels good to be out of the house.
I like having you there. You're really great with the children.
Well, I've always loved them.
Now, I'm surprised you and Mr. Barrett haven't started a family yourself.
Well, we've talked about it, but never seemed to be the right time. With Walter being so busy at the bank and all.
There he is, Marshal. That's him over there. Hold on just a minute there. What's going on here?
I get my money.
You wouldn't happen to be getting anybody else's, would you? Fella here seems to think you're robbing the bank.
He is wrong.
Everything all right, Mr. Barrett?
Everything's fine, Marshal. Man's just leaving. He's not gonna be coming back.
I go where I want now.
Walter, I was so worried when I saw him coming out of the bank.
Somebody's got some explaining to do. I think I'll start with you.
Manslaughter?
Teaspoon told me Janusz Tarkowski spent 5 years in prison, just got out.
What kind of name is that?
Sounds like something on one of Rachel's spelling bees.
Tarkowski and his wife came here 7 years ago from a place called Poland. Settled on a farm right outside of town. Soon after they got here, there was a fire and Tarkowski's wife died. And he was arrested the next day.
What would bring a man to do something like that?
No one knows. Witnesses saw him drunk in the saloon the night of the fire and said he was in a foul mood. The jury took less than a day to convict him.
Well, why would he come back here? Seems like the last place I'd want to be.
Ruth's husband said he had only $5 in the bank, but he still had his land. Where else was a man supposed to go?
Someplace where people didn't turn their backs on him.
He did his time, Jimmy. Maybe he counted on people giving him a second chance. Unless he does something wrong, that's exactly what all of us owe him.
We take your business elsewhere. Your money's no good here.
He's got company.
Janusz.
Mr. Fury, I need your help.
You're talking English.
I had 5 years to study. I have broken plow. Need you to fix it.
I'm more than happy to help you out, but it's going to be some time before I can take a look at it.
Just like everyone else, you refuse my money?
I didn't say that.
You meant it.
I'm very busy.
Too busy for me, huh?
For someone who's learning English, you ought to listen a little more to what's being said.
You stay out of this, lad. This is between the two of us. I'm telling you the truth. I got more business than I've ever had. You're just gonna have to wait like everyone else.
But I'm not like everyone else, am I? I'm a murderer. That's what you think. It's what you said.
I never said that. I told him what I saw.
You saw nothing. But you told them everything. You put me in jail for 5 years.
I wasn't the only one who had something to say at that trial.
I know that. How could I forget? None of you will let me forget.
Where's the fire, son?
In my pants if I don't get to work on time.
Well, that'd be something to see.
$6 on the button. Jerry? Jerry? Teaspoon! Teaspoon!
How come you haven't put Tarkovsky in jail yet? We all know he killed Fury.
Anyone see him do it?
No. But we all heard about the two of them nearly coming to blows.
I see. Where did you hear a thing like that?
From that Jesse James fella.
That figures.
Marshal, the day that Tarkovsky fella got off the boat was a bad day for Rock Creek.
That's right. Tarkovsky coming back to here puts all our lives in danger.
Now, what makes you think that?
Because we're the ones that put him in jail. Me and Barrett, Gibson, and Fury.
Yeah, Tarkovsky was in my saloon drinking the bar dry. He got so ornery I had to kick him out.
4 of us testified and the judge sent him to prison. And now he's back taking his revenge on us.
That's right. All right, settle down. I'm going out to visit Tarkovsky shortly, and if you know what's good for you, you let me handle this. Things are hot enough around here without you poking in. Now, just break it up.
Want me to get a noose to take with us?
Jesse, you'll be staying here when I talk to Tarkovsky.
Fury was my friend, Teaspoon.
I know that, son. If I find anything linking Tarkovsky with his death, he'll be behind them bars quicker than you can spit. But the best thing for you to do right now is, well, grieve for your friend.
What good's that gonna do? Ain't gonna bring him back.
Nope. I'd make you feel better.
Take a lot more than that.
Tarkovsky, I want to talk to you about Liam Fury.
We had words. That is all.
I heard you was all riled up.
Hey, Marshall's talking to you.
Jimmy.
Fury's dead, and everybody else thinks you got something to do with it, including me.
And I would waste my breath, no?
Well, we ain't all made up our minds. Why don't you try telling me your story?
5 years ago, I spoke no English. Now, for me, things are different. But people in this town, they are the same. They still do not want to listen to Janusz Tarkovsky.
I'll tell you what, I'll listen to you. Tell me what happened to your hand there.
Why don't you ask those in town? I'm sure they have the answer.
Let's go.
There's a tough fellow to figure out.
He don't make it any easier.
Why don't you put him in jail?
Why isn't? I keep having to explain to people that I don't arrest somebody when there ain't no evidence.
Teaspoon, I just thought...
No, you didn't, Jimmy. Nobody saw that fella anywhere near Fury last night. And I ain't gonna take him in just because he don't want to talk to us. Let's get out of here.
Hurry up! Good morning, Mrs. Baird. Yeah, we're done. Do some math. I got a whipping last
I hope you've been practicing your addition. I might give you a test. Yes, Cynthia.
My mama says that I shouldn't be playing with cards. She says that I might become a gambler.
Well, you tell your mother that we're still short of supplies here at the school ever since the fire. And that we're not playing with cards. We're learning. Addition is very important.
Subtraction's what we ought to be talking about.
I don't think the class is ready for that one yet.
Well, the town is. A friend of mine was killed last night, and we're wasting time talking about arithmetic.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we should talk about it.
We ought to go string ourselves up with killers, what we ought to do.
Jesse, I'm sure Teaspoon will do whatever he thinks is best.
Teaspoon ain't doing nothing, and I'm tired of waiting.
Jesse, if people took the time to think before they acted, they'd realize that violence never leads to anything except more pain and more suffering.
Well, you should tell that to Fury. He never raised a hand to nobody. Look what happened to him.
Jesse.
Jesse! Jesse!
Let him go, Ruth. I want you all to think about what Ruth just said. It may be the most valuable lesson you ever learn. Jesse's in a lot of pain right now, and the best thing we can do to help him out is to realize the truth in Ruth's words.
Same cheap you thought I was. That's a mighty fine horse. The price he brings, I might stay off my belly for a week.
Take your horse and leave.
Lucky that old thing went off. Good thing for me you came riding through here.
I come here often, but I do not think of luck when I come.
What's your name?
Janusz Tarkowski.
Name's Noah Dixon. Might have been chiseled on the headstone if you hadn't come along. How can I thank you?
It was real nice what you said to Jesse today. If he wasn't so hurt and so stubborn, he'd have known it too.
Well, I just hate to see someone use violence as a way to solve their problems.
Mr. Tarkowski coming to town seems to have led a lot of people to that conclusion, hasn't it? Why don't you talk to me about it, Ruth?
What?
You don't have to hide your feelings from me. Listen, I know your husband was one of the men who put Mr. Tarkowski in jail. Now, what happened to Fury must have scared you as much as it hurt Jesse.
These past 5 years, sometimes I don't know how I got through them. I've thought about it every day since they took Janusz away. Not that I didn't believe he was guilty, it's just that. Did you know 5 years ago, Janusz couldn't speak a word of English?
No.
Couldn't even defend himself at his own trial. It's just the word of Walter and Fury and 2 of the others. Just doesn't seem right. Janusz not being able to tell his side of the story. I always feel bad for people who can't defend themselves.
Ruth, if there's anything I can do to help,
Just pray no one else gets hurt.
I'm sure Walter will be fine.
So am I. Rachel, I
Ruth?
really need to...
Miss Dunn? Hope I didn't interrupt anything important.
Oh, no. We're just going over tomorrow's lesson. Well, we ought to be going home.
Quite right. Good day, Rachel.
Good day. Ruth, you take care.
Hey, Noah. What you doing? Ain't the station's regular supply day.
These ain't ours.
Who are they for?
Now it is my turn to thank you.
I told you I wasn't doing business with you.
What are you helping him for?
Man saved my life, Jesse. It's the least I could do.
Yeah, well, he killed Fury. Come back here, damn you!
What the hell is going on here now, Jesse?
Fury was murdered last night. Giannis was arguing with him earlier, and everyone knows who killed him. Everyone except you. Come back! Come back! Let go of him.
Wait a minute. Now, if Janusz killed somebody, Teaspoon would have locked him up.
Teaspoon don't care. Nobody cares except me. Now let me go.
What do you mean now,
Go.
Jesse?
Go.
Boy gotta learn he can't use his fists every time he don't get his way. You got a point, Jesse, especially when you're trying to fight someone twice your size.
Just leave me alone.
Looks like I missed a lot being gone.
Sorry I'm late. Wife didn't want me to come. Took a bit of convincing.
They always do.
They've agreed to do it after sundown, tomorrow.
Sure we're doing the right thing?
Tarkovsky's out there. We got to get him before he gets us.
Now, you boys don't have to throw in with us. You're not the ones he's after. But we'd appreciate any help we can get.
We'll be there.
Go!
Sit down. Be quiet. I know what you're thinking, Jesse.
Oh, babe.
Because I've been thinking the same thing myself.
So why you out here instead of inside there?
Just because I've been in rooms like that before. And I'm telling you, it's a whole lot easier walking in that door than it is coming back out.
I don't get you.
Look, Jesse. I remember this farmer back in Illinois. And he was found dead in his barn. Now, his hired hand lit out around the same time. So everybody thought that he'd killed him.
What'd you think?
The same as everybody else. So when the town started talking about a lynching, well, I was right there with them. So a couple of days later, word came back that this hired hand was hiding out in a cabin outside of town.
Did you get him?
No.
Why not?
Because my sister locked me in my room. The next day, I went outside and saw that hired hand's dead body being dragged down the main street of town behind his horse.
Seems to me you missed out on all the fun.
Listen to me. I ain't talking about fun here. I'm talking about a man's life. And 2 days later, some drifter was found with that farmer's horse. And he confessed to the murder. You think about that. 'Cause I don't want you making the the same mistake I almost did.
And one of these. Let me get this total up.
Hello, Miss Dunn.
Hello, Cynthia, Mrs. Todd.
Miss Dunn.
5 cents.
Miss Dunn, I've been meaning to come talk to you about Cynthia's arithmetic lessons.
Yes, as I tried to explain yesterday.
Cards are the devil's playthings. They have no place in a schoolroom. Am I right, Mr. Tompkins?
Huh? Absolutely right.
Mrs. Todd, I'm simply making do with the materials at hand. Of course, if the townfolk were a little more generous, we could have the proper books. But the really important thing is whether or not Cynthia is learning. Now, isn't that right, Mr. Tompkins?
Huh? Damn. Where was I here?
I'm just saying that Cynthia isn't learning anything this way.
$3.72.
She's right. Here, have one of these jelly beans.
Put these on my account. See you in school, Cynthia. I'm all for continuing one's education, but I don't think the rest of the class will keep up with you.
No, thanks for the compliment. I just wanted to let you know the Barrett came by the bunkhouse looking for you today.
Really? Whatever for?
Something about Ruth being under the weather won't be able to help you out.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, Rachel, if you ever need any help around here.
No, I appreciate the offer. But I'll be fine. Don't worry.
You are a school teacher?
Rachel! East Moon! East Moon!
Now, hold on there, son. What's your hurry?
Johnny's got Rachel.
My wife, Rosa, she wrote a little in here every day. She used English so she could learn. She did not want me to see because she was embarrassed. I thought it had burned in the fire. I still cannot read English. That is why I came to school teacher. You must read this to me. It is all I have left of her.
All right. As I look out my window, I watch Janusz work. He is so proud. This land is what he dreamed of. Yesterday, he took me to spot where he dreams, high on hill. He held my hand and said someday all the land we see could be ours.
She is buried there. I go there often now.
It is hard here. Janusz having trouble learning English. Money is never enough, but we get by with the will of God. Mr. Tarkovsky, I feel it's not my place to be reading this. This is between you and your wife.
Please. There is no one else willing to help me.
It is not easy to make friends. People afraid of what they do not know. One day, people in this town will know the good man, the loving man my dear Janusz is.
I'm so sorry.
Jesse, what are you doing here?
We thought you were in danger. But you wouldn't hurt anyone, would you?
We had no money left. They were going to take the farm. Our dream from us. I did not know what to do. I went to the saloon and drank too much. When I came back here, the farm was burning. I tried to go in to save Rosa, but
The townspeople found you here and presumed you killed her.
I could not tell them the truth. I could not speak English. They sent me to that horrible place, that place of darkness.
Janusz, no!
They will not listen.
Wait, I'll tell him everything.
It's too late. I will die before I go back.
You gotta stop him, Teaspoon.
Ain't nothing I can do unless somebody can give me an idea where Tarkovsky went.
I can. Janusz's wife wrote about a spot in the hills above their farm. He buried her there.
Said they went up there all the time.
Well, it ain't much, but it's better than sitting around here.
I'm going with you.
Jesse, we've been through this before.
It's different this time. I'm the one who told him Janusz took Rachel. It's my fault, and I'm gonna be there to set things straight.
Well, I guess I have been hammering you about responsibility, but this ain't the time.
Teaspoon?
Grab your coat.
Teaspoon, wait. There's something else in this diary you gotta see before you head out there.
Ruth, it's Rachel. Listen, I know you're in there.
I think you should just go away, Rachel. I'm still not feeling well.
I know what you were trying to tell me the other day. We gotta talk about Walter. Oh, Lord. You don't have to hide anymore. Come on, I'm getting you out of here.
I headed into the hills. Rachel was right.
Well, let's get after him.
We'd only been married a month. The first time Walter raised his hand against me. He said he didn't like the dinner I cooked. I was more surprised than anything else. Then after a while, I began to realize it was the small things that would set him off.
Usually is with men like that.
Tried to talk to my mom about it. She said sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. Trouble is, I didn't know how much bad that was gonna be.
How come you never left?
Where would I go? Walter's all I've got.
We have friends.
They're all Walters.
Well, I'm not. I'm your friend. And I'm telling you, Ruth, you gotta stop protecting Walter. You're not the only person he's hurt. I read Rosa Tarkovsky's diary. The bank was planning to foreclose on their farm. But Walter said he'd be willing to help them out if Rosa spent time with him. She was supposed to give him an answer the night of the fire. Now, Ruth, Walter wasn't home that night, was he?
No. No. He told me he'd kill me if I ever told anyone.
He probably said the same thing to Rosa Tarkovsky, and look what happened to her. I'm telling you, Ruth, you gotta tell Teaspoon the truth.
Oh, Rachel, I don't know if I can.
I know you can, and I'll be right there beside you.
Up there's where Janusz just at that horse thief. Must be where his wife is buried.
All right, let's go.
It ends here, Tarkovsky.
Back. This has gone far enough. Put the gun down.
Now, you stay out of this, Marshal. What happened between him and us started a long time before you got here. It's time to put this killer out of his misery. And ours.
I thought we decided the other night you wasn't going to do this.
Marshal, you got no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe not. But there's someone in town who does.
to me, Marshal. You're wasting your time.
Let me be the judge of that.
Nobody's gonna tell you anything different about what happened 5 years ago.
You're wrong, Walter.
What are you doing here, Ruth?
Something I should have done a long time ago.
What happened, Ruth?
Well, she's always been clumsy.
Tell him what happened, Ruth. You can do it.
He hit me. You beat me, like you always do. Like you did 5 years ago when you were afraid I'd tell everyone you weren't home the night Rosa Tarkovsky was killed.
She's lying.
You made me lie.
Don't listen to her. I was with you that night.
No. No, you weren't.
Gibson?
You went out to see Rosa when you couldn't have your way with her.
No! No! Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
Jesse's right. Though it took me long enough to realize it. I was so afraid. He made me so afraid. But I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Barrett, get down.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened to you.
There is no need.
But the pain you suffered.
Is nothing compared to yours.
Heard he was leaving.
What is there to stay for? I have no money, no hope.
Well, it ain't that bad. You got your plow. Fixed it yesterday.
Thank you, but...
He would have finished it a couple of days ago, but there was more work than he could handle at Fury's.
Town could use a new blacksmith. Big, strong man would be best.
Someone who might need some extra money?
I wish you luck in finding such a man.
Thought I'd already found one.
I cannot work in that town.
Nobody blames you for what happened to Fury. They know Barrett killed him to point the finger at you.
Giannis, the people here, they ain't that bad. Look, maybe we don't deserve a second chance, but I think you should give us one anyway. But I understand if you don't.
You really fixed this plow by yourself?
Yep.
Looks like this town really can use another blacksmith. I guess everybody deserves a second chance, no?
Stay here!
way in the first place? Besides, this thing ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on, let's go! Let's go!
Turn back, Billy, now!
Stay back! Diego, we got that!
Buck, you don't look any different than you did an hour ago.
Ain't been the same since he got that letter. I told you she's just a friend. Mm-hmm. An old friend.
She wouldn't happen to be an old, pretty friend, would she?
I bet she's a whole lot prettier than she is old. She's getting married next month. I guess it doesn't matter what I look like now.
Looks like she's here, Buck. Like how she looks, too.
She's getting married, Cody.
How soon?
Camille?
Hello, Buck.
You look so, grown up.
You look good too, Buck. It's been so long.
What happened here?
Oh, it's nothing.
She had a fall. You must be Bill Barlow.
Yeah, it must be.
I'm Buck Cross. Glad to know you. Camille wrote, told me you two were getting married.
Yeah, we sure are.
I'm very happy for the both of you.
Thanks.
You folks must be awful tired after such a long journey. Buck, aren't you going to offer him a place to stay?
That's all right. I'm sure there's a hotel in town.
We can stay for dinner. I'd like you to meet my friends.
Oh, we'd love to, Buck. Wouldn't we, Billy?
Sure.
Buck says you come all the way from Denver.
Yeah, we're headed over to St. Joe to get married.
Billy's gonna take over his father's business.
You ever been to St. Joe?
No, but seems like a good place to start raising a family.
Never figured you'd be one to settle in the city, Camille.
Well, people change.
I'm surprised you didn't have trouble traveling alone like that. You come right through Indian country.
Some of them tribes ain't known for their hospitality.
Well, maybe so, but we didn't see any Indians.
Camille!
Camille, you all right?
I'll get a doctor.
Oh, God. Camille.
Don't worry, Buck. Doc will take care of it.
Thanks for all your help, Doc.
I'll check on her in the morning.
Is she gonna be okay, Doc?
It's too early to tell. Strange how quick that fever come over her. Well, all we can do is just keep her cool and comfortable.
Could have anything to do with that bump on her head.
Maybe. But I'd like to reserve judgment until I see how she makes it through the night.
I could sit with you if you like.
I can take care of her myself.
Come on, Buck. There's nothing more we can do. It can be hard seeing someone after so long.
I didn't think it would be. Little Bird and I were so close.
Little Bird's her Indian name? When she showed up, I was surprised to see she wasn't a Kiowa.
She was the only survivor of a Comanche attack on a wagon train. My tribe found her, raised her as her own, until she was 12.
What happened then?
She went back to her people.
Boy, seeing her after all that time, it's no wonder you were surprised at how she looked.
It's not that, Lou. It's just... She used to have this light in her eyes. I don't see it anymore.
That don't mean it's gone forever, Buck. You never know what might bring it back.
Billy. How's Camille?
She was up all night. Her fever's getting worse. The doctor's up with her now.
She'll be fine. She was always strong.
I know how close the two of you were.
That was a long time ago.
That's right, it was. And that part of her life is over now.
I didn't come here to argue that. I'm just worried about Camille.
Well, she's my concern now.
I just want to help.
She don't need it, you understand? I don't take with those Indian ways of yours, and she don't either no more. Just stay away from her.
Mr. Barlow, I think you better come upstairs. Why don't you come too, Buck? Maybe you can shed some light on a few things. She's been doing this for some time. She was raised in it, wasn't she? What do you make of that? Is it Indian?
Yes, it's Indian.
I thought you said she's raised Kiowa.
She was speaking some other language. Camille only knew Kiowa.
Any idea what she was saying?
She kept repeating Kodahete. I've never heard of it.
Kodahete. I am neither. What's the doctor telling you?
Nothing.
Well, son, people have a fever, they're liable to do anything. I wouldn't pay any attention to her. Liable to say whatever comes to her mind.
I just wish I knew what Kodahete meant.
It is a name. From a tongue not spoken since the ancients walked this earth.
So how could she be speaking it?
Perhaps it was not she that was speaking.
Nice to see you again.
No, that was a long time ago.
You always talk to dogs?
Only when they talk back.
What did you mean about someone else speaking?
I think it is possible that someone is trying to steal your friend's soul.
Why?
Her soul may be very pure. These spirits would not just choose anyone.
You're crazy.
Maybe. Did she say something like Katina Chotachi? Huh. Then I'm not crazy. Your friend is in great danger. And so are those who love her.
What are you talking about?
Has she tried to harm those that are close to her?
Camille would never do that. I'm wasting my time talking to you, old man.
Hmm? I know what you mean.
All I was doing was putting a cold towel on her forehead when she bit me. Strangest thing, she wouldn't let go.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. Come on, my daughter will watch her while we take another look at that.
You following me?
How else would I have gotten here?
What do you want?
It's what you want that is important. You want to help your friend, to make amends.
How did you... I don't need your help.
Of course not. I'm just an old man that talks to dogs. But there is a medicine man named Whitefeather. Now, he's supposed to be very good with troubled spirits.
I've heard of him.
He has big medicine. I know how to find him. But it is a journey of personal cost.
What do you mean?
It means you have to pay me $50.
I knew it.
Listen to me.
You will lose your friend forever unless you make this journey. It is up to you, my friend, to bring her out of the darkness. To give her back her light.
What are you doing?
Telling fortunes. Perhaps you would like to hear yours.
I'm not one for fortunes.
But you should be.
As long as it doesn't take long.
That's for the fates to decide. Come close. Oh, confusion, calamity, blame. But don't worry. It's not your fault. It will pass.
What's not my fault?
It shall be revealed.
How do you know Whitefeather?
I've been many places.
If you're lying to me, there's gonna be hell to pay.
Oh, then we better hope I'm not.
I don't believe this.
What?
These crazy stories about soul-stealing spirits.
Well, you don't have to. The important thing is that you're here with your friend.
Here in the middle of nowhere with some man I know nothing about.
What do you need to know?
Well, how about your name?
My name?
You know what people call you when they want to get your attention?
Bob.
Bob. It's not an Indian name.
That's why it gets my attention.
So, Indian Bob, you mind telling me where we're gonna find Whitefeather?
Thunder Mesa.
Thunder Mesa, that's holy ground.
Where better to look for a holy man? That's a deep one.
Did you know about this?
Yes?
And why'd you bring us here?
It's the shortest way.
We're gonna lose half a day going around this thing.
We must go across.
We?
Yes, we have to jump.
Only direction this wagon is gonna go is down.
We don't need the wagon any longer.
But you think these horses are gonna jump?
Have you asked them?
I'm done listening to you.
How badly do you want to save your friend?
I'd lay my life down for her.
Well, now's your chance. Mount up.
You're up bright and early.
I couldn't sleep much. How's she doing?
Didn't hear a peep all night. You brought flowers. That's so romantic.
Well, we're planning on getting married. Where is she?
What are you talking about?
Has anyone been up here?
No. Well, except an Indian, but he didn't do anything.
So what's your plan?
You think too much.
Somebody out here has to.
They thought about it. Let's go.
Dogs, horses. What's next?
That was something. You'll find there comes a time when there's no room for doubt.
Where's Foss, Marshal?
I ain't seen him today.
Figure. What's eating you? He took Camille. And I'm gonna get her back.
Now, hold on, Barlow. You sure about that?
As sure as a fellow at the stables will start getting into a wagon with him and ride the hell off.
Buck would never do something like that.
The hell he wouldn't. He's had his eye on her ever since we came here.
Son, I known that boy for a long time. If he took her, he must have had a good reason.
Well, she's gonna be my wife, not his.
No one's arguing that. We better get to the bottom of this. You three saddle up.
I don't need no help.
I ain't offering it. I'm sending them with you. I'd hate to see you do something you might find it hard to live with.
Why don't you lift that end up and wrap it around tightly?
It's too short.
I'll go find you another vine. Besides, I gotta stretch my legs.
Buck?
I'll take good care of you, little bird, I promise.
could have died trying to save her.
Didn't have a choice.
Of course you did.
I didn't have to think twice about it.
It just means you love her. I'm glad you saved her.
She's grown on you?
No. I need the $50.
They couldn't have just disappeared.
Oh, there's no way they jumped it. Oh, they must have gone around. Tracks and no tracks.
What are you doing?
Making a sacred circle. We will bless it. And it will protect us.
Protect us from what?
What we fear.
What's that?
Don't know. The darkness. Night will be here soon. We should rest.
Camille, no!
Your friend grows weak. I'm afraid for her.
You don't know her. She's a fighter.
Yes. But the Dark One is growing strong within her.
Dark One, what do you mean?
Kodihete. He'll try to take her soon.
Who's Kodihete? Is he a person?
He was. Thousands of years ago, there were two sons of a great chief. The eldest one was good and well loved by the tribe. But the youngest one was much trouble. In time, he grew hateful and jealous of his older brother, and he soon took his life. The tribe cast him out. For revenge, he cursed the earth and his people, and he swore that someday he would return and do them great harm. When he died, the tribe took his body to some secret place. There, he was buried, so as to trap his spirit in the earth. Then the chief called upon his eldest son to do eternal battle against his dark brother.
And so it was. The good brother's spirit was born again as a man with the power to be guardian, to keep his brother's spirit in the earth.
The Dark Brothers Kodihete. That's some story.
It's more than a story. The elder brother must have fallen to allow the spirit of Kodihete to enter into your friend's body. Kodihete desires and seeks revenge in her body.
Why would he choose Camille?
Perhaps she was in that forbidden place when it was desecrated.
She could never do that. She has the heart of a Kiowa.
Well, perhaps she had no choice.
This is
where they bedded down. Say we're about 8 hours behind them.
What do you make of these rocks, kid?
I read about a sacred hoop once. It said that danger can't enter it without being invited.
Hope it works for us.
If you're looking for a shortcut out of this lifetime, you're about to find it.
Natun, ite! Natun, ite!
These fellas seem to know you, Barlow.
Ano, histate!
You got something you haven't told us now. It'd be as good a time as any to get it off your chest.
We killed an Indian with our wagon. It was an accident, I swear it was. These men saw it happen.
Hell of a time for a confession.
Ano, histate!
Wait! We will protect him.
What's he saying, kid?
Something good, I hope.
I think you got some explaining to do.
I suppose I do.
This is sacred ground. It's forbidden to enter this land.
Not for a true Kiowa.
I'm only half Kiowa.
Oh, I see. And is it this other half that makes you fearful of this place?
Maybe. I don't know.
But you've come this far. Why?
I told you I love her.
Many men would not come this far for love alone. There must be something more.
I owe it to her. Just after Little Bird and I were chosen by the elders to be wed, several men were asked to go on a hunt. Little Bird begged me not to go. She said something terrible would happen. I didn't believe her. When we were gone, hunters raided the camp and murdered all the women and children. They took Little Bird because she was white. Now that I've found her, I don't want to let her go.
You don't have to be sorry if there's no shame in your heart.
And if there is?
Then you must face your demons. Soon. We must go.
Only a fool or a great shaman would not fear entering such a place. You're no fool.
That's a relief.
White Feather.
Yes, my young friend. But come, we must go.
I was just scared, I guess. Those Indians, I was so sure they would kill Camille and me.
Don't make sense, them running off like that.
From the way you described it, it sounds like you may have killed their medicine man. Probably scared them as much as it scared you.
I didn't mean to kill anyone. It was just an accident.
It wasn't your fault the lightning spooked those horses. But things would have been a lot better if you hadn't kept quiet about it.
Things would have been a whole lot worse if it hadn't been for this circle.
And Camille, she doesn't even have that.
Got to get some rest.
No. We must begin when the sun goes down. Darkness is nothing. Darkness is the lack of truth. It is the absence of love. Light is the flame. It is the source. Light is understanding. It is love. There can be no darkness in the presence of light. This is the darkness that is within you. This is the light that will force the darkness out.
Camille.
Buck,
Camille.
why did you let it happen?
Little bird.
Don't listen. It is Cotiete. He speaks lies. He is the darkness that has no remorse. Do you understand?
Yes.
I call upon the Dark One to come out of this woman's body. I call upon thee, who spilled his brother's blood, to come forward. Coriete, 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 Coriete.
We meet again. Your medicine is weak, brother.
It is not my medicine that you should fear.
You're the good brother.
I've come to the end of my journey. As for you, it is about to begin.
What do you mean?
It means you don't have to pay me the $50.
What, brother?
Buck? It hurts. It hurts. The ropes are cutting me.
Be quiet. This is the darkness that is within you. This is the light that will bring that darkness out. I'm the light that will force you out. I call upon the Dark One to lead this woman. I call upon he who spilled his brother's blood. I call upon he who brings hatred. I call upon you to leave this woman. Kodahete! 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 Kodahete out! Come out! Come out!
Why did you make me?
Your words mean nothing.
Do you know what they did to me?
Can't trick me.
They hurt me. I can't have it again.
Little bird, if I knew what was going to happen, how could I? Little bird.
What happened?
It's over. You look better.
I can't remember much of what happened.
It's better that way.
It's like I was dreaming. I remember stampeding horses,
by a river. And an old Indian. Am I crazy?
No. Neither was he.
I also dreamt of the day you went on the hunt. The day the buffalo hunters came.
I should have stayed with you that day.
They would have killed you.
Still.
No. You and I were meant to serve in some other way. In other places, with other people.
Do you really believe that?
I wanted to tell you this for a long time. I know you carried this pain heavy in your heart. I hope you'll let it go now.
Camille.
Billy.
I was so worried about you. How are you?
Buck took care of me.
Yeah. I sort of figured that. I suppose I owe you an apology.
Not necessary. Just take good care of each other.
We plan on doing that.
Well, it's getting late. We best get heading back to Rock Creek.
Oh, I was hoping maybe y'all could help me with something on the way back. The man I told you about. The one we killed with our wagon.
White Feather.
Do you know him?
I do now.
That's good, mister. That's real good. What are you? You, some kind of magician? How about you put on a little show for me? Just to help pass the time.
How about I make you disappear?
Keep away from them bars, Rummy.
Well, it's for sure all right. Order from the governor's on its way from the capital.
You're just gonna have to get me out of here then before it comes. Won't you?
I don't know, Dobbins.
How about for this? And a couple thousand more just like it.
Where?
Well, you get me out of here. We'll go there together. Partner. You still here?
Well, full house. Aces high.
Not so fast. 1, 2, 3, 4 ladies.
She did it again. How is she doing it?
Don't ask me.
Teaspoon around?
Probably at his office. Why?
Special order from the governor. Oh, Cody, I got a letter for you, too. All the way from New York.
New York?
There you go.
Dear Mr. Cody, we are happy to inform you that they bought it. They bought my story.
Who bought it?
What story?
About the Pony Express. About us.
What about us?
Everything. I sent in part of my journal as a story to one of them periodicals, True Tales of the West, and they bought it and they want to see more.
I didn't know you were writing a journal.
I didn't know you could write.
It says right there, it's going to be in the very next issue.
Hey, wait.
Well, I've been working on it for a while, but I kept it a secret from y'all because I didn't want you funning me. It says right there, they want the real truth.
From you?
I think it's great, Cody. Shows you're thinking about the future. I, for one, can't wait to read what you wrote about us.
Well, Lou, I'll be sure you get the first copy. Well, maybe the second.
Teaspoon, we should just burn this thing and put it out of its misery.
It's time to spruce up. This place ain't been cleaned
Teaspoon? This just came for you, straight from the governor.
What is it?
It's an extradition order. Fella doing time for robbery in Hooper County, but marshals in Kansas want him to stand trial for murder.
What's his name?
Floyd Dobbins.
Floyd Dobbins.
You know him, Jimmy?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
I haven't.
You consider yourself lucky. He ain't the kind of fella you want to cross paths with.
Trouble is, Dobbins due to get out of jail day after tomorrow. Governor figures we're the only ones who can get this order to Hooper in time before he's sprung.
It's a 3-day ride.
It'll get there. I'll make it.
Does that mean you're volunteering, Mr. Hickok?
Yep.
Well, pin this on and take this. And Jimmy, ride safe.
Got everything you need?
Don't need much.
Hooper County's a long ways off.
Not that long, Jesse.
Long enough for a body to get off a lonesome by themselves.
Jesse, I'm not taking you with me, so you can quit trying to get me to ask you.
You gotta let me go, Jimmy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. It's time.
Time for what?
Time to show them what I'm made of. Do what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, come on, Jesse.
No, I'm sick of letting you talk me out of things. All day long, you guys have me cleaning the bunkhouse and sweeping the jail and carrying mattresses around. But at night, At night, I dream of the way things ought to be.
Yeah, and how's that?
Me making the difference. You must have felt the same way once.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Then you know why you gotta let me go.
No. I understand why you can't.
I don't care.
Get on back to Rock
I ain't
Creek.
going back.
Don't argue with me!
Hold up. Hold up.
What'd you do to her?
I don't know. I was riding pretty hard, but...
You hurt her leg real bad. You're lucky you made it this far.
So now I suppose you're just gonna leave me here?
Well, it'd serve you right, Jesse. I wouldn't do that to the horse. Give me the reins and get on back.
You'll see. I won't be no trouble. Heck, I can be a lot of help and good company, too. You won't even know I'm around. I'll be as quiet as a scared hare first day of summer. Besides, this time I showed you what I could do, Hickok.
Why don't you start with keeping your mouth shut?
Credit? You must think I'm as dumb as this mule. I don't give no credit, and you ain't got nothing I want to trade for. You come back when you got cash money.
He ain't gonna make no trade. Just get on back, Emmett.
Fine animals, aren't they? No, you won't find better horses in the whole territory.
Listen now. I bet we swap that horse for my friends here.
Well, let's see. She's lame.
Why do you think we're even talking to you?
Look, mister, this horse is twice the animal yours is. Now, in a couple of days, she's gonna be as good as new. It's a deal I wouldn't pass up.
Yeah, well, you ain't me, are you? This horse don't look like nothing to me.
Come on, Jesse, let's find someone who knows what they're talking about.
You saying I don't know my business?
You call this a business?
Take that back. I said take it back.
Teach him a lesson, Hickok.
Stay out of this, Jesse.
Hickok? You're Wild Bill Hickok?
In the flesh. You called out the wrong man, mister.
Jesse.
You don't look old enough to be Hickok. Well, Wild Bill, let's see who you really are. Thought so.
Told you.
Which one of those horses did you say you were interested in, Mr. Hickok?
You got horses? Out back. How about the sheriff? Over to the saloon, having a drink.
You done good. Hey, Curtis, you seen my... What the hell?
What'd you have to kill him for?
He was in my way.
Not going back on our deal, are you?
Our deal's the same as it's always been.
There you are, partner. Thank you.
Tompkins, are they here yet?
Tompkins? Well, are they here?
Cody, I'm pleased to say they're here. Now, the reason I'm pleased is because I won't have to listen to you ask me anymore if they've shown up yet.
Well, I'm glad that you're happy, Tompkins. Now let's just get this crate open. On the Trail with the Pony Express by William F. Cody.
Congratulations, Cody. You owe me a dime for that.
Tell you what, Tompkins. Here's $1. I'll be taking 10 of these. One for each of the riders, a few extras in case any of them want more than one copy.
Why don't you just buy the whole box?
Well, I wouldn't want to deprive your customers of the opportunity to read about my exciting exploits.
You mean you filled the whole book just writing about yourself?
Of course not. There's a whole bunch of stuff about the other riders in here. Plenty of it. I gotta go, Tompkins. Boy, wait till they get a load of this.
Yeah. You can say that again.
Marshal. Marshal.
Excuse me.
So where are we headed?
We?
You gonna start that again?
No, I'm starting after Dobbins, and you're gonna end up in Rock Creek.
I ain't going back, Jimmy. You're gonna have to take me or you're gonna have to shoot me.
All right, you can go.
Really? I'm going with you?
A lot easier letting you come than telling you why you can't.
You won't regret it, Jimmy. I'll do you proud. Anything you say.
All right, look. Why don't you start by going over to the general store, getting some supplies. We'll be on the road for about 2 days.
You got it. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
More like 2 weeks.
Jimmy? Forgot to tell me what you wanted. Maybe you better come with me.
Is that Cody's magazine?
Yeah, it sure is. Have you read this yet?
Well, he gave me a copy, but I hadn't gotten around to it yet. Is it funny?
Well, you could say that.
You can't imagine what he's been like these last few days.
Scared to talk to you.
Whatever for?
Oh, no reason. You really haven't read this, have you?
No. Should I?
Well, if you get around to it, parts of it are kind of entertaining. But I wouldn't read page 5 if I were you.
Page 5, huh? What are these pages?
Oh, I'm just marking the spot.
Rachel, the woman who runs the station, is a true joy to have around.
I think that's about enough.
Not only is she quite competent at doing her job, but the way that woman fills out a dress is enough to make a blind man blush. I can't believe you wrote that about me.
I wouldn't read page 7 if I were you.
When I get through with him, he's not going to remember how to read, let alone write.
Now, Rachel, you forgot your things. Let's see, where was I here?
So where are we headed? Are you gonna keep it a secret?
It's a little ranch outside of Clinton.
Who lives there?
Someone Dobbins is itching to meet. nice if we got there first.
There's bad blood between you two, ain't there?
What makes you say that?
The look in your eyes, the way you say his name. What'd you do?
Just hurt some innocent people.
That ain't all, is it?
Jesse, look, I just want to get him to Kansas so the law can take care of him. That's all.
No, it ain't. You want to kill him, don't you?
If it gets to that?
Hang around you, it generally does.
Jesse, I don't get you. What is it about folks killing each other that interests you so much?
I don't know. Maybe I've just been around it so much I'm curious.
Yeah, well, you get too curious. You may just find out more than you want to.
Good news, Teaspoon. Kid ran across a horse trader. Says he saw Jesse and Hickok together.
Oh, that boy. Well, at least he's in good hands. Jimmy knew it was good for him. He'd swap Jesse for a new saddle.
Right about now, Cody's the one I'd like to swap.
Was something troubling you, Lou?
Only this.
What, Cody's story? I've been saving that. I intended to peruse it tonight before bed.
Well, just don't read it while you're eating.
Is that a hint of literary criticism in the air?
It's trash, Teaspoon. Listen to this. Lou was awful quiet when we first met. I could understand it, too. Every litter has to have a runt. Seems like Lou was ours.
Well, that ain't so bad. The boy's just being colorful.
Still, we felt sorry for him and decided to keep Lou on. Even though he can hardly lift up a mail bag to get it on a horse.
Well, at least he didn't say he was a girl.
That's because he knows I would have pounded him into dirt.
Lou, you can't fault the boy for having an active imagination. That is the mark of a great writer. You just can't let it bother you.
Then I suppose you're not going to let this bother you.
The fella running the outfit is an ex-Texas Ranger by the name of Teaspoon. Strange name that certainly don't refer to his eating habits. He is more likely to chow down with a shovel than with a teaspoon. And he's got the belly to prove it. It's a slight exaggeration. Now, this next part's a lie. And that's a bigger lie.
Colorful, ain't it?
Cody!
Dobbins?
Maybe. You stay here.
Where'd she go?
She moved, I told you. I bought the place from her a couple of years back.
Where'd she move?
I don't know.
Don't lie to me, old man.
Somewhere north of here. Out on the other side of town. That's all I know. I swear it.
Don't try it, Dobbins.
Hickok.
Put it down. You got to. Put the gun down.
Well. If it ain't little Jimmy Hickok all growed up.
Over there.
Appreciate your help, son.
You come too late, Jimmy. Leland's wood had done moved off.
No, I came for you. I'm taking you to Kansas to see you hang.
You working for the law? Huh, that ain't the story I heard.
Well, you heard wrong.
You know, this boy right here used to be my right hand. He's always been a big help.
You shut your mouth.
Why don't you tell the nice old man here, Jimmy, how he used to do anything I'd say?
Shut up!
Tell my even who's to help me to kill. Tell him.
Still trigger happy, huh?
He's on.
Jimmy!
All right, Doc. Well, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
You gonna be all right?
Doc says he is.
It's all my fault. I heard the shots and
I know. I let him rattle me.
I ain't like you, Jimmy. Letting a man do that to you.
Dobbins ain't no ordinary man.
What do you mean?
Dobbins used to be marshal around here. I was on my own, drifting. I'd been hungry for about 3 days. He caught me stealing eggs out of a hen house, so instead of arresting me, he put me to work.
As a deputy?
No. Just odd office jobs. Whatever he wanted me to do.
Kind of like me and Teaspoon.
You got some explaining to do, Cody.
For what?
For what you wrote about us?
Just telling the truth, that's all.
The truth? You call this the truth? A former Texas Ranger who spends more time with his boots on his desk than in his stirrups?
All right, but I see, Teaspoon.
A rider who's so attached to his whip he sleeps with it under his pillow.
A fella who talks more to his horse than his girlfriend?
Now, fellas, a little humor keeps the readers interested. Excuse me.
Runt of the litter?
And I'm too much of a lady to read what you wrote about me, but you'd never know it by what you said.
A man's got a right to say what he thinks.
Only if he thinks before he says it.
Freedom of speech, Lou. This makes this country so great. Now, if you'll excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You know, it occurs to me there's something else that makes this country great. The sweet act of revenge.
This Dobbins sounds like an interesting fella. Marshal one day, outlaw the next.
Why don't you just leave it alone, Jesse?
Just thought you'd see right through a man like that.
Look, I hadn't seen as much then as I've seen now. I was only about your age.
So what happened?
These gold shipments from California were getting robbed a lot. Leland, the fella who was running the freight office, he wanted Dobbins to stop him.
What'd he do?
Dobbins told Leland to take the next shipment off the wagon before it got into town, so that he could take these outlaws without risking the gold.
And?
And there were no outlaws. It was Dobbins who was stealing the gold. He was setting Leland up, but I never seemed to catch him. Not until later. And Leland's wife was a widow.
Cody's mouth is so big the rest of the riders could climb inside, but who'd want to, considering his breath? The way this fella rides, you'd think he must have trained on a goat instead of a horse.
That one's mine. How do you like it?
What's going on here, Lou?
Lou? Don't you mean runt of the litter?
Y'all still getting riled up about that?
Not anymore. We're getting even. You inspired us, Cody. We're sending copies of these off to that True Tales of the West.
You wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Freedom of speech. See, we all wrote one. We figure that way they're bound to print at least one, maybe two, maybe one every month, or maybe a whole year of stories about you, Cody. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna be sick. You haven't sent him off yet, have you?
Kid's taking him on his next run. You know if he left yet?
Well, howdy.
So, how'd you like him?
Not exactly my style.
Look, we'd all like to be writers, but you're the published author here.
And I'm sure that magazine would love to get another story from you about us.
I'm sure they would.
And maybe this time it can be a true tale of the West. A real true tale of the West.
I'm starting to get inspired.
And maybe this time you'll let us see it before you send it off.
Sir, excuse me.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Sarah Leland. Sam Leland's widow. You know where I might find her?
Might. You a friend of hers?
No, not exactly, but I just need to speak with her.
What about?
Well, it's none of your concern, really. Can you just tell me where she is?
That poor woman's got enough troubles without you bothering her.
Jimmy, hold it. Let him go. I'm real sorry, mister. There's a good reason why he's trying to find her. She seems to be in a little trouble, and we aim to stop him.
She and her boy live in a cabin a couple miles north of here. Just off the main road. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
All right, children, class is dismissed.
Come drink with me. I'll be right there. Miss Wells, will we still see what else? Bye now. Hurry up now. Be careful, walk over front. You should see it. Hope your mom will let you do your chores later. Hey, I forgot my jacket. You go on ahead. I'll catch up to you.
Hey, Seth. Remember me?
No.
You are Sam Leland's boy, right?
That's right.
Yeah, well, I'm an old friend of your pa's. Now, what's that coming right out of your ear, huh? Well, looky here. Real gold. You ever seen a coin like that, huh? Maybe your pa had one.
Oh.
This must be the place.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's time, Jimmy?
For what?
Time you told me what this is all about?
It's about me. It's about me looking so hard for the good in somebody that I couldn't see the bad.
Dobbins?
Yeah. Dobbins convinced me that Leland had stolen the gold. So we went to track him down.
Did you find him?
I led Dobbins right to him. But the gold wasn't there. So Leland panicked, took out his gun, and Dobbins shot him. I didn't find out till later that Dobbins had set him up. He was long gone by then. He must still be looking for that gold. He's got to figure the only person who can help him find it is that woman down there. The widow of an innocent man whose death I'm partly to blame for.
Something I can help you?
Ma'am?
You got a lot of nerve coming here.
I've come to help you.
Help me? Just like you helped my husband?
That's why I'm here, ma'am.
What, to say you're sorry? To say it was all Dobbins' fault? Well, you already said that, and it won't help now any more than it did back then. My husband was a good man. An honest man. Because of you, he's dead. There ain't nothing more for us to say. Now get off my land.
Tell me about Dobbins, ma'am. Seems he's busted out of jail and come looking for the gold.
Dobbins and the gold can go straight to hell. And if you don't ride out of here right now, I'll send you there to meet him.
Mrs. Leland! Mrs. Leland! Mrs. Leland!
What is it, Luke?
It's Seth. He left school with some stranger.
What do you look like, son?
Real rough. Dressed in a long duster.
Dobbins.
You're the one who brought this on us. Why'd you have to come back here? Wasn't leading him to my husband enough? You had to lead him to my son, too? He's only a boy! Oh!
Mrs. Leland.
Go away.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me here. But Dobbins has got your son, and I've got to find him.
Why would he take Seth?
Because he's looking for the gold. Now, Dobbins must figure that Seth knows where it is.
He doesn't. He doesn't know anything about what happened back then. Seth doesn't even know how his daddy died.
Didn't you ever go looking for it?
Don't you understand? I didn't care about the gold. Finding the gold wasn't going to bring back my husband.
Jimmy. Look, ma'am, I know how you feel about Jimmy, but you gotta let him help find your boy.
Why?
Because he's the only one who can. And he needs to. Are you sure Seth has no idea where your husband took the gold?
It could have been a million places.
My father used to take me and my brother Frank up to special places in the wild. Secret places. Places only we knew about. Did Seth and his father have a place like that?
Well, there was a place in the woods. A place my husband had been going to since he was a boy.
It's right over there.
Is this the place?
Yes, sir. See? Here? Every year, Pa'd make these marks to see how much I grew. His Pa did the same for him when he was young. Pa says this tree is part of our history.
You better hope it still is.
Let me go! Let me go!
Which way?
I don't know.
What if we don't find him?
We will.
You don't know that, Jimmy.
Yeah, I do. It's my responsibility.
It ain't like you killed Leland.
No, but I did everything but pull the trigger, Jesse. Look, if we don't find that boy... Come on. You stay here. I mean it this time. Put your hands where I can see them.
You always were persistent, Jimmy.
Please!
Hold on, son. I'll be right there.
Help me!
Can't see.
You hit?
Damn it, I told you to stay out of this.
Let me see.
It's nothing.
We gotta get out of here.
No, we still got the boy, Jesse.
What do you want me to do?
Look, I'll keep Dobbins busy. You circle around and you get the boy. Now, when you get the boy, you keep going until you get all the way home. Just in case. Now go. Jesse? Jesse?
Yeah. I'll go get Seth.
Give me the gun.
Oh, Seth. Oh, Seth.
Mr. Hickok. I don't know what to say, but
You don't need to say anything. I'm just happy I got your boy back to you. Take care of your mom.
well, you boys ride safe now.
Thanks, man.
Wait! That man, he was the one who killed my pa, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Pa was a good man, Seth. I'm sorry you didn't get to know him too well.
Were you his friend?
No, but I would have liked to have been.
It's a long way home. You gonna start talking to me sometime soon?
Sure. Not angry with you.
It's a first.
No, I've been meaning to thank you for saving my life back there.
It was nothing.
It wasn't.
It was different than I thought it'd be.
Harder?
No, just different. Think you'll stop feeling guilty now?
Maybe. You think you'll start?
No. Not Jimmy.